Hello friend, my name is Ruparelia Prince. Today topic is luck and risk. Nothing is as good or as bad as it seems. Luck and risk are siblings. They are both the reality that every outcome in life is guided by force other than in individual if effort. New Professor Sokt Clove has a relate idea that is so important to remember when ju- ju- judging success, both your own and other. Nothing is as good or as bad as it seems. Bill Gates went to one of the only high school in the world that had a computer. The story of how Lakeside School just outside Seattle, Seattle even got a computer is a remark, rem- remarkable. Bill Dougal was a World War II Navy pilot turned high school math and science teacher. He believed that book study was enough without real world experience. He also realized that we need to know something about computers when we got to college. Recall late Microsoft co-founder Paul Allen in 1968. Dougal petitioned the Lakeside School Mothers Club to use the process from it, its annual remains sale about $300,000 to less a teletype model 13 computers hooked, hooked up hooked up to the General Electric mainframe terminal for computer time sharing. The whole idea of time sharing only got inve- invent- invented in 1965. Gates later said someone was pretty forward looking. Most university graduate schools did not have a computer anywhere near as advanced as Bill Gates gets had access to in either grade, and he couldn't get enough of it. Gates was 13-year-old in 1968 when he met classmate Paul Paul Allen. Allen was also obsessed with the school's computers, and the two hit it off. Lakeside's computer won to part of its general cool toy always with the think at their leisure, letting their creativity run wild after school. Late into the night on weekends, they quickly become compu- computing express expert during one of their late night seasons. Allen recalled Gates showing him a Fortune magazine and saying, what do you think it's like to run and for Fortune 500 company? Allen said he had no idea. Maybe we'll have our own computer company someday. Our computer company someday gets said. Microsoft is now worth more than $1 trillion. A little quick math. In 1968, there were roughly 3 million high school age people in the world, according to the UN. About 18 million of them live in the United States. About 200,000 1700 of them live in Washington State. A little over 1 crore of them live in the Seattle area, and only about 300 of them attend Lakeside School. Start with 33 million, and with 300 on in a million high school age student attend the high school that had the combination of cash and foresty to buy a computer. Bill Gates happened to be one of them. Gates is not shy about what this meant. If there had been no Lakeside, there would have been no Microsoft. He told the school graduating class in 2005. Gates is a staggeringly smart, even more hardworking, and as a teenager had a vision for computers than me. Even most seasoned computer executive couldn't grasp. He also had one in a million head start by going to school at Lakeside. Now let's me tell you head first. Now let me tell you about Gates' friend Kent Evans. He experienced an equally powerful dose of luck's close sibling risk. Bill Gates and Paul Allen become household name thanks to Microsoft's success. But back at Lakeside, there was a tired member of this gang of high school computer prodigies. Kent Evans and Bill Gates become best friends. in each grade. Even events was by Gates' own account the best student in the class. The two take the two talk on the phone ridiculous amount. Gates recalls in the documentary Inside Bill's Brain. I still know Ned's phone number. He say 5257851. Evans was as skilled with computer as Gretz and Allen Lakeside once struggled to manually put together the school's class schedule, a maze complexity to get hundred of student the class they need at times that don't conflict with other course. The school task Bill and Kent's children by any measures to build a computer program to solve the problem. It worked and unlike Poole, Allen can't share Bill's business mind and endless ambition. Keaton's always had the big briefcase like a Lavier's Lavier's briefcase. Gets recalls we were also scheming scheming about what we'd be doing 5 or 6 years in the future. Should we go be CEOs? What kind of impact could you have? Should we go be generals? Should we go be ambassadors? Whatever it was, Bill and Kent's knew they'd do it together. After reminiscing on his friendship with Nat Gates trails off, we would have kept working together. I'm sure we would have gone to college together. Kent could have been a founding partner of Microsoft with Gates and Allen, but it would never happen. Nat did in a mountaineering accident before he graduated high school. Every year there are around 3 zones mountaineering deaths in the United States. The odds of begin killed on a mountain in high school are roughly 1 in a million. Bill Gates experience on in a million luck by ending up at Lakeside. Kent's event experience on one it Kent's even experience on experience one in a million risk by never getting to finish what he and gets set out achieve the same force, the same magnitude working in opposite direction. Luck and risk are both the reality that every outcome in life is guided by force other than individual effort. They are so similar that you can believe in one without equally respect respecting the other. They both happen because the world is too complex to allow 100% of your actions to dictate dictate 100% of your outcomes. They are drive by the same things. You are one person in a game with 7 billion other people and infinite movie parts. The accidental impact of actions outside of your control can be more national than the national than the ones you consecutively take. But both are so hard to measure and hard to accept that they too often go overlooked. For every Bill Gates there is a neat events who was just as skill and driven but one end up on the other side of life roulette. If you give luck and risk their proper respect, you realize that when judging people's fin- financial success, both your own and others, it's never as a good or as bad as it seems. Yes, years ago, ask economist Robert Shiller, who won the Nobel Prize in economics. What do you want to know about investing that we can't know? The exact role of luck in successful outcomes. He answered. I love the response because no one actually think luck doesn't play a role in financial success, but since it's hard to quantify luck and rude to suggest people's success is owed to it. The default stance is often to implicitly ignore luck as a factor of success. If we say there are a billion investors in the world by sheer chance, would you accept 10 of them to become billionaires predominantly of luck? You would reply, of course. But then if I ask you to name those investors to their face, your You will luckily back down. When judge, judging other attributing a success to luck make you look jealous and miss even if we know it exists and when judging yourself attributing success to luck can be too demoralizing to accept. Economics Bhaskar Mazumdar has shown that income among brothers are more correct correlate than height or weight. If you are rich and told you brother your brother is more liking to also be rich than he is told. I think most of you use intuitively know this is true. The quality of your education and the doors that open for you are heavily linked to your parents socioeconomic status. But find me two rich brothers and I'll show you two men who do not think these studies findings apply to them. Failure which can be anything from bank to not meeting a personal goal is equally abused. Did fail businesses not try hard enough where where bad investment not thought through well enough? Are wayward careers due to laziness? Sometimes yes, of course. But how much? It's so hard to know everything worth pursuing has less than 100% odds of succeeding, and risk is just what happened when you end up on the unfortunate side of that equation. Just as with luck, the story gets too hard, too messy, too complex if we try to pick apart how much of an outcome was a consequence decisions were versus a risk. Say I but say I buy a stock and 5 years later it's gone. Now where it's possible that I made a bad decision by buying it in the first place. It's also possible that I made a good decision that had an 18% chance of making money, and I just happened to end up on the side of the unfortunate 20%. How do I know which is which? Did I make a mistake, or did I just experience the reality of risk? It's possible to statistically Monsieur, whether some decisions were wise, but in the real world day to day we simply don't. It's too hard. We prefer simpler stories which are easy but often devilishly misleading. After spending year around in investors and business leaders, I've 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 come to realize that someone else's future is usually attributed to bad decisions, while your own failures are usually slack uh, slack up to the dark side of risk. When judging your failures, I am likely to prefer a claim and simply story of cause and effect, because I don't know what going on inside your head. You had a bad outcome, so it must have been caused by a bad decision. It is the story that makes the most sense to me. But when judging myself, I can make up a wild narrative justifying my past decisions and attributing bad outcome to risk. The of cover of Forbes magazine does not celebrate poor investor who made good decisions but happen to experience the unfortunate side of risk, but it almost currently celebrates rich investor who made okay or even reckless decisions and happen to get lucky. Both flipped the some point that happen to land on a different side. The dangerous part of this is that we're all trying to learn about what works and what doesn't with money. What investing strategies work, which one does don't. What business strategies work, which on don't. How do you get rich? How do you avoid being poor? We tend to seek out this lesson by observing success and failures and saying do what she did, avoid what he did. If we had a magic wand, we would find out exactly with what pro- proportions of this outcome were caused by actions that are respectable. Various the role of random risk and luck stage swayed those actions one way or the other, but we don't have a magic wand. We have brains that prefer easy answers without much appetite, appetite for nuance. So identifying the traits we should emulate or avoid can be astonishingly hard.